Ever since Death Battle's Gojo vs Makima video, the topic has re-entered the spotlight, so I thought I would give my thoughts on it. As you can tell by the title, I believe this is very one-sided and not very close. In this video, I want to break down the difference in their stats, and then explain how Makima's abilities are all but useless before the honored one Satoru Gojo. As for any battle rules, they'll go as followed. The battle will take place in an empty New York, just so that every combatant can fight at their maximum potential. If there are any other citizens around, Gojo will not be able to fight at full power, just simply due to his morality. We saw that in Shibuya. Both characters will have access to their full powers and abilities, so let's just say this is an all or nothing fight where only one person is walking away. And lastly, I won't be including any arbitrary or situational amps. This rule is more for JJK, but landing a Black Flash is almost completely up to luck. And even though Gojo has tons of cursed tools in storage or whatever, he doesn't use them when going all out, as evident by his battle with Sukuna. And with that out of the way, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, as I'd greatly appreciate it. Now we can get started. First, we'll go over attack potency and start with Makima. While Makima does not have too many feats throughout Chainsaw Man, she does have implied superiority to most of the verse. During the International Assassins arc, we see the likes of Kishibe going out of his way to seek help from Kwanzi for a secret plot to take down Makima. Kishibe declares himself to be the strongest double hunter during his introduction, and this statement is supported by volume summaries also describing him as such. This same Kishibe is cautious to approach Kwanzi because he believes she could solo all of humanity in a bare-knuckle fighting tournament. The volume 8 summary tells us Kwanzi is supposedly the strongest humanity has to offer, and this same Kwanzi surrendered immediately when she faced off with Makima. Despite how strong Kishibe and Kwanzi are, the most relevant feats for Makima come from her fights with Chainsaw Man and Denji. When Makima and her hybrids take on the true form of the Chainsaw Man devil, they are mostly getting annihilated, but there is an instance where she uses her bang ability repeatedly to launch Chainsaw Man into space. Every one of her bang attacks draws blood, so they hurt the Chainsaw Man devil on some level. Chainsaw Man has a feat in the same fight where he casually kicks one of her hybrids through multiple buildings at a high speed, which can be calculated to around 1.326 kilotons of force, which is small town level on most tiering systems. By applying Newton's third law of motion, Chainsaw Man should have comparable durability to this attack, and thus Makima's bang attacks should scale to small town level. Makima's feat on the Chainsaw Man devil are a bit weird to use because she was actively weakening this devil by lessening the fear around his name. But since we don't see this nerf take any relevant effect on panel until after Chainsaw Man had killed Makima 26 times, I'll be generous and say he's only minimally nerfed at the beginning of the fight. When it comes to her raw physical strength, her best on-panel feat is beating down a hybrid Denji and ripping his heart out. Throughout their exchanges, she lands many direct hits that draw blood from this Denji, and obviously she wins the scuffle. But it is especially important to keep in mind that Denji lands 4 different attacks that would have one-shot Makima had it not been for her resurrection ability. By no means was Denji nowhere near her level when it comes to their physical stats. In the past, Denji was able to shrug off an explosion from the Bat Devil with relatively minor injuries. Due to the size of this explosion, this feat is calculated to be between 0.4 tons of force to 7.4 tons of force, which in other words would be between building level to large building level plus. It doesn't matter which end you decide to go with, but I will be generous once more and say she has a large building level striking strength. Physically speaking, there is a clear gap between Gojo's power and Makima's power. There's a handful of feats from characters far inferior to Gojo's physical strength that rivals or surpasses the large building level Bat Devil feat. Characters like Mahito, Nanami, and Inumaki have their own respective trigger creation feats that have all calculations that scale around the multi-city block ranges. Characters like Chojuro Zenin and Hanami also have calcs for their attacks that they have launched with kinetic in a similar tier as well, and I'm sure I do not need to explain Gojo's superiority to these characters. I'm not going to dive into these feats too much because there's also feats Gojo should scale to physically that are stronger than both Makima's physical strength and the power of her bang ability. In Shibuya, we see Jogo being able to cause an earthquake with a maximum meteor that generates over 4 megatons of force. For reference, 4 megatons is equal to 4,000 kilotons, meaning this Jogo feat is over 3,000 times stronger than the Chainsaw Man feat I brought up earlier. In case anyone was wondering, 4 megatons is typically considered to be small city level plus. 15 Fingers Sukuna's fire arrow in Shibuya is a similar tier of power, with the total destruction caused by it also being within the small city level range. I'm sure Gojo's 13 chapter battle with Sukuna that has 20 fingers worth of strength would be sufficient to prove he scales above that. You can directly scale Gojo's basic attacks above the small city feat for Jogo, since Gojo destroys a domain amplified meteor on panel. Jogo does not outright call this meteor a maximum technique, but there's not much room for doubting it since we've seen Kenjaku use Uzumaki without declaring his full name before. Jogo also perceives a wide gap between him and Gojo, despite only fighting a Gojo who only used basic attacks while highly suppressed the first time. And then a more aggressive Gojo that was limited to just cursed energy reinforced physical strikes in Shibuya. He's never seen a max output red, blue, or any iteration of hollow purple to our knowledge, and Gojo has never hit him with a full power punch. Before even starting this next section, I want to mention this is a high ball for Gojo's abilities that I thought was fun, and just wanted to mention whether or not you choose to take it at face value is up to you, but this doesn't reflect my genuine opinion on his power. Gojo's most powerful abilities can be scaled a lot higher than this when considering the planetary feat from the Culling games. In Yuki's fight with Kenjaku, she uses what's probably the full potential of Star Rage to turn herself into a black hole in a last-ditch effort to kill Kenjaku. After narrowly surviving, Kenjaku confirms that this black hole would have destroyed the world had Yuki's will and Tengen's barrier not suppressed it. I know world can be ambiguous in meaning sometimes, but since it's a literal black hole we're talking about, I think it's safe to say world refers to the whole planet here. Gojo being the strongest sorcerer of the modern era would mean he should be able to exert more force than Yuki, so at the bare minimum, his strongest attack should exert more force than this black hole. Usually people discredit this by saying it's not consistent with previous feats, and that it's an outlier since it only happened once. Obviously, a full power attack from a character massively superior to the levels of power put on display in the past will be on a completely different level. To use this logic is basically to say that Yuki cannot be strong because other characters are weaker than Yuki, which does not impose a contradiction to even make sense in the first place. The characters that should scale above it, Gojo and Sukuna, don't have anti-feats showing that they can't be on this level anyway. Arguing the feat is an outlier piggybacks off the previous point and is solidified with the fact that it only happened once, quote unquote. This is a bit weird as well because many feats in fiction only happen once because of how the story flows. Sasuke only fights Deidara once, Vegito only fights Buhan once, Gojo only fights Miguel once, Denji fights the Gun Fiend once. I think you get the point. A one-time feat shouldn't get ignored just because it's a one-time occurrence. If there was later information that were to contradict Gojo being stronger than Yuki, or more specifically contradict Gojo having planetary AP, then I could maybe agree, but such information does not exist. You might be able to argue Gojo's reinforced attacks at full power could be planetary as well, if you were to argue that Sukuna is planetary based on the JJK volume saying that a cursed spirit that consumes Sukuna's fingers could gain power that could destroy the world. Regardless of how you feel about that though, I think you could tell by this point that if Gojo and Makima went blow for blow, Gojo would win every time. For durability, I'm going to start with Makima, but this section will be very short because Makima does not have very good durability. Chainsaw Man was able to kill Makima 26 times despite all of her abilities and hybrids before the nerfs came into effect. A much weaker Chainsaw Man in the form of hybrid Denji was also capable of one-shotting Makima multiple times. Makima has died from gunshots in the train incident and during her fight with the Gun Devil, and she's also taken lethal damage from base Denji swinging a chainsaw at her. I do want to point out that she was off guard in 2 of those examples. Her fight with hybrid Denji should be enough to show that her durability does not match her attack potency at all. With Gojo being so much stronger than these characters that can one-shot Makima on their own, it's unlikely that she would even survive one of Gojo's strikes. Gojo doesn't have too many durability feats in the series because most of the verse can't even touch him, but there's still a few ways to go about gauging it. Similarly to the Chainsaw Man example, you could just go off of Newton's third law and say that Gojo's durability should scale to the counterforce of his own physical attacks. Since Gojo uses cursed energy to make his punches as strong as they are, it would make sense that this same cursed energy would protect him from attacks on a similar scale. Gojo's fight with Sukuna serves as very strong supporting evidence because it's implied that Gojo's hand-to-hand attacks are stronger than the rest of his allies. We learn in chapter 234 that Gojo did not want help from Hikari or Yuta unless Sukuna became weaker than either of them at some point in the fight. During this time, Sukuna has been weakened from the domain battles and can only use Maharaga, Agito, the water-piercing blood, and his own reinforced attacks to damage Gojo. A Gojo who is also weakened has been shown physically capable of beating up Maharaga and has also withstood attacks from both Shikigami and Sukuna later into the fight. If Hikari and company are considered weaker than Sukuna even under these circumstances, then this indicates the gap between the damage they can dish out and the damage Gojo can take. The remaining sorcerers for Jujutsu High have direct scaling over the multi-city block feats I mentioned earlier. Maki pre-awakening tanks Chojiro's stone hand attack, and we've already seen Gojo versus Toji before to know this isn't beyond Gojo's pay grade. Yuji at the beginning of Shibuya is considered a rival for Nanami and proceeds to grow a lot stronger after the fight with Choso. Geto withstood Inumaki's curse speech with minimal damage, but Gojo preparing to attack Genjaku had the body stealer fearing for his life. If Makima were to somehow weaken Gojo to this extent, you could throw her a bone and say her bang ability could cause serious harm to Gojo, since the supporting argument doesn't cover the small city feats if the attacks were to ever hit him. Now for speed, we once again see a clear gap between the two fighters. A lot of the best speed feats that Makima should scale to are within the Mach 4 to 6 ranges. Hyper Denji is able to block a bullet from the Gun Fiend, which has a Mach 4 calc, and base Kwanzi running through numerous people to then appear before Denji's team has a Mach 6 calc. There's a speed feat from the Gun Devil that would probably be a lot faster than this level, but Makima should not scale to this by any means. When the Gun Devil first appeared, it was defeated by an unknown Devil Hunter after its rampage, and its remains were split between different countries. Makima only ends up fighting 20% of the Gun Devil, and she still doesn't show a good speed feat against it despite that. Makima at best only notices its approach from 500 kilometers away, but then gets blitzed by one of his gunshots. When she does attack him, she makes use of the Future Devil's ability in her combination attack, which would imply the need for precognition for her attack to land. Regardless, it wouldn't be consistent to say Makima has speed on the level of a prime Gun Devil, despite her being consistently tagged and reacted to by a hybrid Denji. Gojo, on the other hand, has much better speed scaling than Mach 6. While on this topic, I should first dispel this idea that the JJK verse caps off in Mach 3. When chapter 193 dropped, a lot of people who window watched the series by only looking at the leaks took the fact that Maki was blitzed by a Mach 3 charge to then say that the entire verse can't keep up with speeds on this level. By the end of the Sakurajima colony chapters, we learned that Maki only got hit because she was nerfed by her mentality, and after awakening she is more than capable of keeping up with and even outpacing Naoya's top speed. Like with the Yuki example, this sort of logic would lead you to say that Gojo can't be faster than Mach 3 because a character slower than him was blitzed by it. On top of all of that, there's many different feats in the series that are way beyond Mach 3, performed by characters that Naoya has no scaling to. In Kenjaku's fight with Choso, there's 2 instances of him evading piercing blood, which is stated to reach supersonic speeds. The first instance of Kenjaku sighing after dodging it is around Mach 7, and the second instance that has Kenjaku summoning a curse around the attack can range from Mach 8 to Mach 16.5. In Hikari's fight with Kashimo, there's an instance where Kashimo fires a lightning attack at his head. Hikari doesn't completely evade the attack, but does react to it quickly enough to make the attack hit his arm instead of his head. The calculations for this feat can vary on the precise time frame you go with in the pixel scaling, but low ends are around Mach 547 and can go as high as Mach 4760. 15-finger Sukuna zipping around Shibuya to save Haruta from Mahoraga even has calculations with results ranging from Mach 15 to Mach 269. You could even try to push Gojo and Sukuna to FTL based on Sukuna being able to dodge Kashima's electromagnetic waves, despite still being weakened from the fight with Gojo. Electromagnetic waves move at light speed in a vacuum and can vary depending on the medium they're fired in. Being fired on Earth makes Kashima's waves slower by a minuscule amount, so Sukuna dodging them can scale around 1.1 times faster than light to 2.6 times faster than light. If we accept this, then that means Gojo and Sukuna were fighting at degrees higher than FTL speeds throughout the fight, but the exact extent would be unquantifiable. Regardless of this, if you stand by FTL JJK or not, the gap between Gojo and Makima's speeds should be quite clear. At this point, I think you can see how I think this fight goes. Gojo is too strong, too durable, and too fast. He would one-shot Makima repeatedly, and she would be incapable of fighting back due to the gaps in their powers. This leads us to talking about their abilities and how most of Makima's arsenal is useless. Gojo's abilities have been explained to death, so I'm not going to describe in too much detail since a basic understanding is good enough for this video. Gojo wields the Limitless Curse technique, which allows him to manipulate space-time on an atomic level for various applications. The neutral Limitless creates the notorious Infinity Barrier that slows things down that approach Gojo and renders most attempts to make contact with him completely useless. Initially, he needed to make conscious decisions on what he would slow down with this ability, but after working on it, the ability itself can passively select and slow down targets. The amplified Limitless creates blue, which simply serves as an attraction ability. Gojo can use the attractive force of blue for high speed movement and long distance teleportation, and he also stacks it on top of reinforced attacks to make his punches even stronger. Gojo can also use blue as a ranged energy attack or a straight up telekinesis that can be used on his opponent or their surroundings. The reversal of the Limitless is red, which serves as a repelling technique. Gojo typically uses red as a conventional energy blast. We have not seen any further application of red, but we do know this attack should be at least 2 times stronger than blue. By clashing red and blue together, Gojo can create an imaginary mass in the form of hollow purple. Purple can be launched as a ball or wave of energy, and is so destructive that even Sukuna admitted that a close range purple could one-shot him. By combining a max output red with a max output blue, Gojo can create an unlimited hollow version of purple that takes the form of a giant explosion that even harms Gojo himself, though not as much as the target. What most would say is Gojo's best ability would be his domain expansion, which forces those affected by its sure hit attack to experience things like perception and communication infinitely while slowing them down. The last thing I want to note is that Gojo has high levels of reverse curse technique that lets him repair lost limbs even when on low output. I've talked about Makima's abilities before, and most of them face one very big issue aside from the stat gap, and that is Gojo's infinity. Some argue her bang ability could bypass it since it doesn't travel, but that has never been stated. It's possible the attack doesn't travel, but it's just as likely that the attack uses an invisible force that does travel. Even if we grant that, the attack would not deal significant damage to Gojo, and reverse curse technique would heal away that damage. To even make a serious dent in Gojo, she'd need to attack at a faster rate than Malevolent Shrine was slashing him, but she does not have the speed to replicate that sort of feat. With the speed difference, Gojo could just stay out of her range if he really cared that much about getting hit by it. The abilities of her hybrids, her devil hunters, and her normal devils do not offer attacks that the barrier wouldn't block, which only leaves her with the future devil's precognition through Aki, the spider devil's ability to teleport people, her ability to control inferior beings, and her contract with the Prime Minister of Japan. If Gojo were to approach her like the gun devil did, then maybe Makima could utilize the future devil to try and land a hit on him, but with better speed and teleportation, Gojo could just dodge whatever attack she throws if he doesn't just let infinity block it. The spider devil is a bit useful since it offers a way for Makima to get out of Gojo's domain expansion, But if the spider devil is active and not contained within her chains, then Gojo could capture it in the domain as well if he doesn't destroy all of her goons off rip. Makima's remaining abilities, in my opinion, are her best win condition. If she immediately perceives Gojo as inferior to her, she would assume control over him, and Gojo then turns into another pawn in her arsenal. Unfortunately, there is good reason to believe that Makima wouldn't think of Gojo as a lesser being. Gojo being born into the world was causing cursed spirits to grow stronger, and Awasaka was able to deduce this when a child stared him down. Gojo has such an imposing presence and impact on reality that his birth altered the balance of the world itself. I highly doubt Makima would see a character like this and immediately assume superiority over him. On top of the fact that feeling Gojo's cursed energy and the negative emotion and feelings that come from it would further show her that she's not an ordinary human. She would probably find interest in Gojo and base her perception of him on if she could beat him in a fight, like how she wanted to prove herself as superior to Chainsaw Man by defeating him. Makima's contract with the Prime Minister entails that attacks done onto her will be changed into appropriate illnesses and accidents to Japanese citizens. This is probably the biggest threat to Gojo because in theory, Gojo could kill Makima so many times that he would end up taking his own life since he himself is a Japanese citizen. However, we know there are limitations to this ability in universe because Kishibe brings up that Makima runs the risk of being eaten by Chainsaw Man and erased despite her contract. And she retorts by telling Kishibe that she would be fine with that outcome since she's such a big fan and does not imply that her contract would save her. Makima has never dealt with spatial manipulation like Gojo's, so there's no reason to assume an appropriate illness or accident could be created from something like blue, which creates an attractive force by creating impossible situations that the universe itself corrects. Likewise, there's no reason to say an appropriate illness or accident could be created in response to an imaginary mass attack like purple, which could possibly share the concept ignoring properties of Yuki's imaginary mass attacks. The same is true for the information flooding effect of Infinite Void Surehit attack. Infinite Void is likely to work because the information sits on one's brain. Unless you're to claim Makima has no knowledge of when Gojo fried her brain, the damage would be there permanently. It's also just not likely, as Makima remembers the men who put a bullet in her head on the train. Infinite Void is like an experience thing rather than straight damage, so it's a solid way around her contract. That's gonna be pretty much all for the video though. Like I said, Gojo would win pretty handily. There is a small animation at the end of the video if you want to stay around to check that out, but other than that, be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video, and that's all from me.